this video is not as weird as it looks. Okay, let's see what we've got in the box. So, some of you might remember a few months ago, I got a bottle of tin bits from a guy, who one of our viewers and an old friend of mine said, do I want it? So a week ago, I got a phone call and he said, I've got a load of old Warhammer, do I want it? And I was like, yeah. So I've got this stuff here, I don't know what's in it. Let's have a look. So what we got? Oh, that's in beautiful condition. Some codexes. Look how chunky that used to be. All Warhammer armies. So this is 6th edition, I think. Empire. Another codex. That's 3rd edition Codex Space Marines. Look. More Warhammer armies. That's 4th edition, I think. Oh, here we go, got some models. That is the old Orc buggy. High Elf Battle Chariot. The Warhammer Quest Witch Hunter. Sounds like it's in there as well. That's a beautiful old model, that is. Some more High Elves. What else we got? Epic. Some High Elf Corhell. Is he the special character with the axe? Cool. We've got some more Warhammer here. That's a bolt thrower. Wicked. Some more epic orcs. Another bolt thrower. Looks like these ones are falling out. That was some orcs for epic. More orcs. More orcs. Guy liked orcs. High Elf Dragon Princes. Look at that. That's a cool old model, that is. That is a very nicely painted, I think it's Tyrion. That's very nicely painted. Beautiful. Oh, look at that, it's the Goth Rocker. A nicely painted Goth Rocker. Look at that, he's a bit chipped. I think he's going to be on one of our streams. Definitely. Of course, I'm using a ghetto setup, so I'm having to hope you can see all of this. That's a war truck. That is some bases. Armoured horses. I don't know what's on that. Oh, I think that might be some Dragon Princes. What else we got here? Skaven Engineer. That looks like some sort of LV cavalry. Bolt thrower. More cavalry, more cavalry. More high elves. Oh, something else painted down here. What have we got? That is that's an Avenger Exarch. Is that a rat skin? Can't see those anymore. Back of a Scorcher. That's the old Space Marine sprue. When I started playing 40k, that's what you got for Space Marines. A bit different now, isn't it? What else we got in here? Lisbon. There's some very cool stuff in here. Right, I'm going to cut here and we're going to start looking at the next box. And we'll take a closer look at this in a video later on. Okay, so let's take a look inside one of these bags. Already I'm excited because that is 4th edition Warhammer Fantasy Battles. Look at that. So it looks like they've got all the books, the bulk of the cards. That's incredible, that is. Upside down. This was High Elves and Goblins. Awesome. What else have we got in here? Necromunda, anybody? Look at that. I wonder if any of this is usable. Looks like we've got a few other random bits mixed in here as well. Awesome. Digger Knob. Now this was the expansion pack to Gorka Morka, and it was humans that wanted to be orcs. So I never played this, but I'm quite interested to read the book. So that's going to be interesting to look at. What else have we got here? The magic add-on for Warhammer Fantasy Battles. So magic used to come in a different set to the rest of the game. So this was 5th or 6th edition Fantasy Battles. Now this is actually where I got into Warhammer Fantasy, and I remember that was the cover of the edition I had. But it's mad now to think that not all the rules came in the box. What else have we got going on here? So Dark Millennium. Now this was the same as that magic box, but for Warhammer 40,000, and it contains like upgrades, like advanced rules and things, so psychers and things like that for Warhammer 40k, 2nd edition. Now we're in this kind of little bits by the looks of it. So let me cut that so we can get in there a bit better. So this looks mostly like all the card terrain, etc. from these boxes. A few bits of plastic terrain in there, a couple of trees. Very nice. Rules for a vortex grenade. Cool. On to the next one. Okay, let's check out bag number 2. What we got in here? So immediately we have some foam. I think these were for hills back in the day. Some more cardboard bits of terrain. Flop. There's something exciting here though. Look at this. Warhammer 40,000 3rd edition. Look at that. Some beautiful art that is really not dated on that. I'm going to have some fun with that later. What else do we have in the magic bag? We have got Epic 40,000. Look at the tiny terrain. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in there. Fancy Gorka Morka? And then mostly I think terrain. There's some more books in it. Let's have a look. 3rd edition rulebook and the old Citadel Annual. These were cool. Look, they're more or less just a catalogue. So that's pretty cool. Anything else interesting in here? Well, apart from terrain, which is pretty cool. I think that's probably a lot from this one. On to the last box. Okay, so last box we have. What do we got in here? Oh, this is exciting. So this looks like mostly White Dwarfs. We'll have a look. But this issue was the release issue for Warhammer 40,000 3rd edition. And I think that was the Epic 40,000 edition. So that's going to be quite exciting. Beautiful old White Dwarfs. Is this all more White Dwarfs? Ah, these are some properly old ones. Nagash. 190, 206, 194. Okay, what else we got? Oh, look at how old these are. This is back when Games Workshop, look, White Dwarf used to do Warhammer Fantasy Battle, but they used to do other things as well, other games. So things like Dungeons and Dragons and things. Look at that, beautiful. What else we got here? Some more White Dwarfs, I think. Yep. That's the 3rd edition reference sheet. They were handy. Let's see what we've got in these boxes or bags. So in here we have Warhammer Battle, but that's the old books one. Price list. Okay, this might not seem much to many of you, but this issue of White Dwarf was the very first one that I read. So I'm quite excited to get a copy of that. So that's more White Dwarfs in there. What else we got? Okay, some interesting stuff here. There's a couple more White Dwarfs. But this is Warhammer Monthly. That was the old cartoons I made. There's Cal Jericho, Demon Fuge. Oh, I wonder if... Yes, look at this. You might recognise this, but that is the very first issue of Blood Quest, which was the Blood Angels comic. Pretty cool, huh? That is the old War Gear book, 2nd edition, at Dark Millennium. 2nd edition rulebook. Some bits of paper. Check those out separately. What else have we got going on here? Looks like we've got some more White Dwarfs. Release edition for release issue for 3rd edition Blood Angels. Is that Blood Angels versus Dark Eldar? Oh, sorry, Normal Eldar. Look at that. Pretty cool, isn't it? Very tasty. Okay, so you've had a look through the boxes with me. There's some really exciting stuff in here. I've destroyed the room completely, as you can see, but I think it was worth it. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you want me to talk about in specifics. I'm going to dig through all this and see what I can find, if there's any other little treasures that I've missed. And if I do find any, I'll post all about them on the Discord and on the community page. I'm really excited about this stuff. This is back from when I was a kid. So thank you very much for giving me all this incredible treasure. And I'm going to make sure that it all gets a properly good home. So if you enjoyed this sort of really weird video, let me know and I'll try and find some other ones. If there's anything you particularly want me to paint or you want me to look into, let me know and I'll try and make a follow-up video on that stuff. But in the meantime, remember to subscribe responsibly and I'll see you in the next one.